These are the top 100 Minecraft speedrunners racing to see who is the fastest. And I'm one of them. I managed to squeak in at 92nd place, so I'm playing in this competition. Everybody is fighting for the top 8 slots. If you make it into the top 8, you go to the actual big tournament that everybody's excited about. I mean, for me, it's honestly a win here, but I could maybe if I get super lucky, make it into the top 8. I've already found my buried treasure, so things are going super well. You should know a couple things about this tournament. Number 1, I was very stressed out. I woke up at 6 in the morning. The tournament was at 9 o'clock. I think I was just thinking about it too much before I went to bed. My brain was just like, you cannot miss this. You have to wake up early. It wasn't all bad though, because I went for a run beforehand. That helped me warm up, get me ready for the day. I did have to take a really big nap afterwards, but that's for another point. The other thing you should know about this tournament is it works in a pretty cool way. It's double elimination. So if you lose twice, you're out of the tournament. What classifies as a loss? If you finish within the bottom 50%. So everybody's playing on the exact same world, has the exact same luck. So it's all about decision making and like your raw mechanics of the game. If you finish in the bottom 50%, you get a mark. If you get 2 marks, you're out of the tournament. Rounds continuously happen until there's only 8 people left. I've gotten all my stuff together. I'm feeling actually very good. I'm very pleased with how I played, especially considering like how... I don't know, it was like kind of stressful, but it kind of wasn't. I think leading up to an event like this is always the most stressful. And the day before, I remember there were a couple instances where I just thought about playing this, but it stressed me out a ton. I think the night before, though, I kind of came to the realization that's like, you know, nobody really cares. There's very little shot I'm actually going to make it into the top 8. Let's be realistic here. I was just shooting for top 100, all right? These people are far too good for me. Maybe next season. I think I still have potential. But the point is, I wasn't sure if I was nervous or not. I don't know. That sounds kind of weird. I was nervous, but like logically to myself, I was like, it's fine. It's kind of whatever. And I had moments where I wasn't nervous. I don't really know. I'm kind of rambling. We've almost made it to the fortress, though, and you can see in the bottom left all of the people getting the achievements. So you just saw, like, Speckner entered the fortress. These will only show up for the first person to get that advancement, so as I entered the Nether, somebody got a lava bucket, like, 20 seconds before me. That is the only way I know if I'm, like, doing better or worse than most people. And there's no real good way to tell if you're within the top 50%, because you're only seeing the person who is the fastest. So the first person just barely entered the bastion. And I'm thinking to myself right now, uh-oh, this terrain is looking not so great. I don't see a bastion. There's not very many openings anywhere, and sometimes in these kind of ranked games, you can get screwed over by terrain. You go the wrong direction. You're not playing super well at the game. You don't find the bastion. It is over, man. But I spot it out of the corner of my eye. I mean, not really the corner of my eye. It's right there. We're on top of the bastion, entering, I think, 30 seconds slower than the person who's in first. I think in total there were 64 of us, just because like not everybody in the top 100 signed up for the event and some people missed it, but most people did. I was also streaming this, which you might be like, Rack, why didn't you tell us you were streaming? I don't really like, I don't know, streaming isn't a huge thing for me, and I didn't want to like say, hey everybody, I'm gonna be streaming, come watch me, and then I do super poorly. I don't know. Maybe I should have shouted out. It's on Twitch too, so it's kind of whatever. I don't stream. The point I wanted to make though is it's a silent stream. So the way this tournament was set up, they didn't allow us to have like our mic on because there's one big stream where they're toggling between everybody's perspective to see who's doing well in the speedrun, who isn't. So I was kind of just silent. You could have told me I wasn't streaming. I just kind of clicked the stream button and let it play, which was kind of nice. I didn't even have to think about hundreds of people watching me. It wasn't hundreds. I think it was like 100 or something. My brother was watching. That was kind of cool. He likes speedrunning stuff. Kind of a tangent, but me and my brother, we played frisbee golf today. In fact, me and all of my brothers, we played with my dad. It was Father's Day, so that was super hype. A great way to end the day. I am getting very off of topic. We're speedrunning, trying to get top 32 out of 64. As soon as the top 32 people finish, the seed just like shuts down, and the people who didn't finish, you're out of the world. The most problematic thing about this first round, though, is if you saw in chat, we've already seen the advancement for people entering the fortress and entering the bastion. In a speedrun, you're usually going to enter the bastion first, then fortress, but the way this seed was set up, people spawned in the fortress, and so we've already seen the advancement for fortress. Basically, I don't know when the person who's in the lead has entered the fortress, so I could be a minute behind pace, I could be 10 seconds behind pace, I'm probably closer to like 30 seconds behind first place, which I think is a pretty solid amount. Like, if I keep this pace up, I'm basically guaranteed to make it at least to the next round. All you have to do is like get top 50%, and probably a handful of people are gonna die. So we're in the fortress right now, doing some basic navigating. I do make this, I think, fairly smart decision to break outside of the fortress just so I can get a better view, because I know I'm in the bad part of the fortress. I'm thinking I'm probably far away from the good part, so I'm going on top of the roof. I see a good part. I take a second to breathe and throw a good pearl, though. I do not want to be messing up. I have fire resistance on, thankfully. Pretty sure I did some warm-up games before this and died because I forgot my fire resistance. So you'll see me put on another one there. My goals with this experience were twofold. One, not lose just immediately, but two, just play well. Like, be happy with how I played. I think the day before this, I was practicing for some ranked. I won like a match, but I just played so terribly. Also, just get trolled with their skeleton. Oh my gosh, did you see that? He got beat by a leaf. What was I saying? Yes, I won a match yesterday as I was practicing, but I played terrible, and I didn't feel super great. But then the day before that, I played a match, and I lost. But I played really well, and I felt super happy about that. So the goal was just to be pleased with how I played. And I think you'll see in a second or two, maybe it already happened. It actually probably already happened. Yes, I just went back and looked at the footage. 10 seconds ago, Retropog blinded. He was the first person to blind, which basically means leaving the Nether with all of your blaze rods to check where the portal is. He could have, like, blinded on not 6 blaze rods like I am, but he probably did. He's pretty cracked out the wazoo. So we're blinding 35 seconds-ish behind Retropog, who's in first place. And honestly, probably within the top 10. So if I keep this up, I'm basically guaranteed to move on to the next round. Because there's like RNG with the dragon. One of the only things that the RNG isn't standardized is like how long the dragon is going to take to perch. So I could get screwed over, but if I'm entering top 10 and there's 60 people, there's no way I'm not going to make it. So I'm just hoping I can keep this lead here. We're measuring our eyes at 7:30-ish, which pretty solid pace, honestly. I think at this pace, it could PB for my ranked matches, like my best ranked match. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to check that. Probably not, honestly, now that I think about it. I'm crafting up all my wool, though, because I want to be generally making all of my explosives before I enter the end. That way I could have the opportunity to zero cycle, just clears up the headspace, and you're going to have to craft them at some point, so why not now? We have 7 beds plus 3 anchors, basically infinite explosives, so I'm going to try to zero cycle if I can, especially because I have another fish. Unfortunately, both of my Eyes of Ender broke, so I'm gonna have to kill another blaze here, and I debate waiting at the spawner, but I know that I need to go off to the right. I mean, I might as well kill this guy. He doesn't drop, unfortunately, but I'm gonna have to go this direction anyways. I see some blazes, and I'm gonna take the risk to just kill those along the way and hope that they drop. Could be a misplay, but I can always lower my render distance. There's bound to be a few here. That guy doesn't drop. I'm getting a little bit worried, but this guy does. So I just need to find my coordinates now, and this might be where the biggest misplay of the run comes in. Actually, no. Sorry, I kind of forgot what happened in this run. This is not the biggest misplay, but it might be one of them. So we pillar up just so the wither skeletons don't kill me, and we're in the lava now. It takes a second for me to find the portal cord, something I should get better at, honestly. I was just trying to play very consistently here. I did not want to mess up. If you mess up, you're basically screwed. It'd be very hard to come back from a 9-minute reset. But the big mistake is probably building the portal at the bottom of a lava ravine. I'm at a very low, not a lava ravine, a lava lake. I'm at a very low Y level, so my portal is going to be actually underneath the stronghold. Normally that second portal would spawn you inside of the stronghold, which is actually, so Retropog, you just saw the advancement, he entered the end. So I would actually only be like maybe 40, 50 seconds behind first place, but I spawn in a cave, and I'm not sure if I should have just built my portal up higher, but at this point, I'm thinking, oh no, did I screw up the entire run? Because maybe I just didn't build it too low. Maybe I built it in the completely wrong spot. That could also be an option, so I'm digging up in hopes of hitting the stronghold, digging off to the side because I'm a chunk or two off, I believe, from where I should end up going. Maybe that was because I built the portal in the wrong spot. Maybe it was just because the portal linked to that cave because it was closest. Regardless, I have a bit of leeway. Like, I'm definitely not out of the running. I should be honestly fine if I find the portal room in the next, like, minute. Or, sorry, stronghold. I do actually end up digging the wrong direction for a while, which is not great. But, you know, minor time losses. I think I start to dig up here. Yeah, this granite. At the granite, never mind. Okay, I'm totally lying. I should have watched this more so I can commentate a little bit better. We're going to start digging up now. Yeah, look at that. See, I've watched this before. Retropog is finished, though. Only person to have finished. I don't know how many people have entered the end yet, but probably 5 to 10, if I were to guess. Maybe, actually, from 2 to 15, we'll say. Keep the ranges large, because I have no idea what's actually happening. But nobody else has finished the run. Somebody just got tactical fishing as an advancement. I don't know what they're doing. That's kind of funny to see. Somebody just slept in a bed for the first time. That's kind of interesting. I found the stronghold now, though, and I'm sitting pretty. I just need to find the portal room, so I'm doing my little scan to try and detect the silverfish spawner, and I do. It is a very simple nav, like 3 turns and I'm already in the portal room. I decide to do a thing called hunger resetting here, so I'm just basically going to murder myself so that I have full hearts and hunger. Would not recommend in real life. But in speedrunning, it's very advantageous. I have full hearts and full hunger, which is huge because I'm going to need it if I'm going to zero cycle, which I'm going to here, or at least I'm going to attempt to. Entering the end, the only thing that could stop me from zero cycling is if I spawn underground, which I do. Sometimes, like you'll see me do here, I use a pearl to like glitch through the wall. Like, I mean, not glitch. I think it's a mechanic. But a lot of times you can still zero cycle after that. And I probably could have, honestly, but I would have had to throw another pearl, or another 2 pearls, actually. And I would have just lost a ton of health. And if I messed up the zero cycle, I wouldn't have been able to regularly kill the dragon here. So I decided to play it safe and just bow down all of these crystals. This is still a fairly quick way of killing the dragon. 13, oh wow, 11, 12, 13, 14 people have finished the run. So I still have 15 slots. I'm in the end. There's probably another 5 to 10 people in the end here. And I decide to bridge out to the side. Just playing, honestly, extra safe so I don't take fall damage, even though I get out of the boat and take even more fall damage. Normally, you, I guess, like, boat through the dragon's breath, but you'll take damage from that. So that's why I built the bridge over. Keep that in mind, though. Me building a bridge over the fountain, that becomes very pertinent. I was about to say right here. As soon as the dragon perches, which is all we're waiting for. I could have shot more crystals down. Most people might be like, hey, why don't you shoot more crystals down? Like, the more crystals that are down, the faster the dragon perches, right? Not exactly. If you're like, I think the way it works is when you shoot a crystal, the dragon is like basically guaranteed to not perch for the next like few seconds, maybe like 10 to 20 seconds. But on like over the long run, it's better. So you want to shoot all the crystals down quickly. Anyways, the dragon is perching now, though. All I have to do is not mess up this one cycle. But the one cycle is messed up! Look at the dragon! He's like floating above, 10 blocks above. I honestly thought the ranked match was glitching. I thought like, oh my gosh, I just lost to a glitch or something. But it takes me a couple seconds more to remember after spamming question marks that is actually a mechanic of Minecraft. You know how I built that bridge above the fountain? That messed up with the dragon's AI. It will perch above the tallest block above the fountain. And so it perched on the bridge I built above the fountain, which is where I'm trying to kill it. So I threw, basically. How many people have finished? 30 people have finished. So I need the dragon to perch again, which I need to get exceedingly lucky for, and kill it before anybody else does. And I've pretty much given up at this point. Let's be realistic here. There's no way the dragon is going to perch again, and he doesn't. Retropog finished first with 1030. Last person finished at 1440. I'm pretty happy with how I played, though. So I have 1 mark. If I get another one, I am out of the tournament. We're on to the 2nd seed, though, and this time it is a desert temple. One of my least favorites. Well, actually, I've grown to like it a little bit more, but I'm definitely not nearly as practiced in these. And with a desert temple seed, you basically break your legs twice, blow up the TNT to get all of your stuff, and then try to find a lava pool somewhere to enter the Nether. Generally, you're going to be entering at like 2 or 2:30 as opposed to like 1:30 or 2 minutes with a buried treasure seed, which is the first seed that we saw. I'm probably going to skip through most of this, though. There was definitely me feeling a lot better about nerves with this 2nd seed, but I'm not sure if everybody wants to watch a 2nd speedrun in a video, so I'll give you a little recap. Somebody stops to go fishing in probably the most prestigious Minecraft speedrunning event. It was for food, but I find it kind of funny. As I'm building my 2nd portal, the first person is entering the Nether, so I'm 10 or 15 seconds behind pace. I enter the Nether and find the bastion around the 3-minute mark. This one is called Bridge, probably the slowest one overall, but it allows me to do this cool strat with TNT, blowing up all the gold to, you know, save a little bit of time mining.